So who we got on the show? The Golden Girls. Who is that?
Tell us about yourselves.
Okay, my name is Nariah. I go to East. I'm a varsity girls basketball player. Outside of school, I like to relax and not be so stressed out when it comes to like school and all that.
Yeah.
So I just relax when I'm not playing sports.
Just chilling, not worrying
Yeah.
about responsibilities. Just relax. Okay.
Yeah.
For that.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Nevaeh Golden. I'm a 3-year varsity player at East. I just live an athletic life, I guess. I play sports every single day. Outside of sports, I would probably say I'm on the same type of time. I just relax, but not really. Makes sense. And yeah, that's really it for
So
the most part.
you say you play sports every day of your life.
Yeah.
Both of y'all.
Yeah.
So when like growing up, did y'all ever want to have like a normal childhood? Like, did you ever tell your mom like, or did sports ever take up too much of your childhood? Did y'all ever feel that way?
Well, we play sports all of our life, so it's kind of all that we know, really.
Yeah.
First, we were competitive cheerleaders for a majority of our life. So we started actually putting all of our effort into basketball going into high school. So we really did sports our whole life.
Same as me. That's when I put all my all into basketball when I went to high school.
Yeah.
I think that's really where it starts to count is high school. That's when you have to really choose up, like either I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, but you really find your passion on what you want to do.
So do y'all play any other sports at East right now, or it's just basketball?
Nope, we're strictly varsity players
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
What's the y'all juniors, right? What's the recruitment process looking like?
As far as like college,
Yeah.
right now, it's kind of getting your name out there. I kind of got my name out there my freshman year. So with us being juniors now, we're kind of able to at least communicate with coaches. We only have one offer for right now, but so many more to come. That's really what it is right now. It's just being able to get seen and eventually recruited.
Okay, I got two questions.
Yeah.
Who y'all offers from, and are all y'all? You think all y'all offers are gonna be together, or yeah?
I gotta know.
Okay, so right now, both of us have an offer from Art University in San Francisco.
Okay.
It's our first D2 offer.
Congrats, big time.
Thank you.
I don't think we're gonna get. We might have a couple together, but we also don't plan on like going to the same college.
What? That was your question, huh? I was already thinking that before. Why y'all don't want to go to the same college?
Let us
Well,
know.
we've been stuck at the hip since we were born. So right now we're kind of trying to not separate, but we do really good together in general. But like we play some games, some tournament games separate, because you can really see what you're really good at, what your strengths and weaknesses are, rather than playing together knowing that she's gonna catch it, she's gonna shoot it, she's gonna do all that, and you're just passing it to her,
So
giving it to her.
just learning another part of your game, really, without your sister. Okay. Y'all play. My bad.
No, you're good. Just really being able to spread your wings, like that's what college is about.
Do y'all play? Y'all play AAU too? Tribal. Who
Yes.
y'all play for?
We play for Force.
Force?
basketball.
Is that Denver, or where's that at? Okay. Y'all play. What's y'all on a circuit, or how does that work?
We just play in the summer.
Summer.
Yeah, and then we travel in the summertime, basically the whole summer, and then right when we end, we just play for whoever wants us to help their team out. Or,
Okay.
Or if we see a team that we want to play with, we ask them.
Yeah, I would say that summertime is big too, because that's when you're going to get to see a different level of talent that you don't see in this state, So when you guys are playing, I would encourage you guys to, give it your all, no matter what tournament it is. You never know who's there. You never know who's watching. So just always give it your all and just play your hardest, and take those games personal, because people sleep on us out here, We got a lot of ballers in Colorado, but they sleep.
Few years too.
Yeah.
And I know, I just want to go back into this, talk about you guys outside of athletics, because you know we're athletics and beyond. And for such a long time, even Jervae and Jervae can relate to this, we dedicated our whole lives to our sport. And, you know, I don't want to say, like, you should live with regrets, but I kind of do regret, like, not being involved in any other extracurricular activities or being able to spread my wings in other ways outside of athletics until I got to college. And that's when I really was able to figure that out. So as far as that, like, even in high school, are y'all involved in any, like, extracurricular things or, like, hobbies? Like, what do you guys like to do outside of that? Because I know there's other parts of both of you guys than just sports, you know?
So I am currently working on launching my own business.
Okay.
Doing lash extensions.
Okay.
I just do them sometimes because I have sports, but I know a lot of people like do homecomings, and that's really when I just use all my extra time to try to do that.
Okay.
Okay, entrepreneurship, that's
Yep.
beautiful.
Big time, yeah.
Outside of sports, the only thing that really has me like going, so I want to major in nursing. So I'm currently in an internship that's getting me into that medical field, just getting a head start on that. So that's really something that takes up majority of my time. That's mandatory for me. I wouldn't say that I have any like hobbies that I just do, but that's just something that I'm on.
Okay, that's good. Both of y'all got something good going for y'all. You know, entrepreneurship, that's big with A and B. Like, that's what this is all about. That's how this started. It was an entrepreneur. He had his idea, and it started from something small, and then it's this now, you know, and it's still growing. And so let's say whatever sport you guys want to pursue, let's say that doesn't work out. Then what does it mean for the twins? You know, what's next? Or even if it works out, or when it works out, you know what I'm saying? Speak things into existence. But what's next? What's after sports? You know, because that time is gonna come.
Yeah. So, dang, you made me lose my train.
Sorry.
So we both want to major in nursing, but that's the degree part of it. If anything, I know that I probably still have my business that I'm gonna work on.
Always,
So,
yep.
even in college, you know, I've heard a lot of college athletes or even just people in college talk about how like they make money on the sides and find things so that they can like pay for what they want. So I know that I'd probably use my lash business or, like I said, major in my nursing.
Okay.
Next.
They ain't supposed to be making that money on the side. I don't know when they
Like when they braid hair, you know,
Like when they braid
nobody
hair,
knows.
you get your hair braided.
but it went for 6 months ago.
Yeah. I'll probably just say if basketball wasn't what's the word?
If basketball works out, what am I doing after?
Oh, if it works out. Well, right now I would just wait to see where I go. Like I'm not really forcing myself one way or forcing myself
Honest
another.
answer.
Yeah.
That's facts too.
Yeah.
That's facts. It's okay to not have it all figured out, you know.
Yeah.
But
Of course, everybody wants to like make it far, and that's ultimately the goal. But that would just be me. I
Yeah.
I wouldn't know till I get there.
That's real. That's real.
Well, that's a beautiful thing because when I was in high school, I had a path and I just wanted to follow that path and go down that path. And if things didn't work out, I would stress myself out. My mental would be messed up and I would feel like my life was ending. And so I think just even you guys just being juniors, that's a beautiful thing that you guys are just like, whatever happens, happens, you know?
Yeah.
You still manifest your destiny, but life still will take you where it's supposed to take you. And especially like with the entrepreneurship thing, I feel like once you just put your foot in there, you'll start getting other ideas and other things. You'll probably start wanting to have other businesses or do things like that. So that's just even beautiful that you're doing that right now in high school.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna switch it up.
okay, do your thing. Switch it up.
I just want to know what motivates you guys, what drives you
Yes.
guys to be good, to be great.
just in basketball and in life, period?
So I usually hear people say they're haters. But for me, I feel like it's the people who don't hate. Like, it makes you go a little bit further. It makes you know that besides yourself, because you know you believe in yourself, but besides people who don't believe in you, there's probably more people who do. So my family, of course myself, but just people who are there for you and know that you can do big things.
Okay.
I gotta turn it. I would just say what motivates me is just myself knowing that I have to get somewhere in life. Like, so sometimes it's okay to just sit there and not be productive a day, but then the next day you know that you might have to go harder because you got somewhere to be. Maybe the next day, you got somewhere to be next week, you got somewhere to be probably 2 years from now. Like, it's just, you got stuff, I have stuff to do, so that motivates me just in general.
I like the way you think.
Okay,
I like the
speak
way you
for
think.
You
You're
can
good.
do nothing now.
Intelligence.
So, this you kind of reminded me of something. Do you guys know what like mental health is? Like, you guys, psychology and stuff like that. What do you guys know about like mental health in sports?
You want, okay, so listen.
Talk to us.
Okay, so I actually had to do like an essay on this like last year. So with athletes, I feel like people that aren't really into like athletic life or like athletes in general are look at athletes as if they're so competitive that they don't really have like
Human traits.
like they're not human still. Like, just because you're so competitive, you gotta fight, you gotta do all this other stuff. Just in sports in general, people like take away the reality of actually knowing that athletes have a separate life outside of sports. Just not really thinking about that part of life, I guess.
Yeah.
What you think?
She said, "What you think?"
So I feel like being an athlete can already take a toll on some people's mental because some people feel like they like have to do everything that an athlete would do rather than just loving yourself at times.
Go hard or go home.
Or like they feel like athletes have to make it a certain way. So then the mental can take a toll on them basically.
Yeah. So what do y'all do to make sure that y'all's mental stays intact and you're not sidetracked by all the distractions and stress that comes with being a student athlete?
Like, you make sure that your mind and body are both in line and sound.
Like Nevaeh said previously, I feel like it's important to, I wouldn't say like not be productive, but like just to relax really quick. Like, for me, even when I'm relaxing, I'm really not relaxing. Like, I'm still cleaning, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's important to take your mind off of things that make you worked up. Or like school sometimes. We all know that that's pretty stressful, so I feel like it's okay to just relax really quick, take some deep breaths, go to sleep, do something to regroup.
I like that.
So then where do y'all stand with like your academics and things like that? Because in high school and even college, they always drill on you like, if your school's not right, your sport's not right. And that's the whole thing that ties into the mental as well. Because, if school's stressing you out, then you're going to bring that to the basketball court. You're going to bring that home. And then that's going to start taking a toll on you and having a weight on your shoulders. So how do you guys balance that?
Okay, so I don't stress myself out between school and basketball just because I have to be organized or else my life is going to fall apart. So I would just say keep a planner.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
You know what you have to do when you have to do it. So, and even if it does get stressful at times, but you know that you don't have to pack everything into one day. You don't have to do everything at one time. And that's what I mean by just probably not being productive that day. You got to do something else the next day. Just something like that. I just can't be unorganized.
Keep that mindset for sure.
Even throughout life. Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought there was another question. For me, so I know a lot of people do have to be organized in order for like their life to basically go smooth. But then when it's not organized, then everything falls apart, like you said.
Yeah.
So I feel like being unorganized sometimes will help you in the long run to get your life together. So if you let your school like spill into your basketball, then that's what makes it spill into your life, or not basketball, but sports. So I feel like if basketball helps you take your mind off stuff like that, then you can probably use it as a different coping mechanism rather than just like putting everything
So
together.
you saying like you'll learn from that in the long run? Yeah, I would agree. But I would say something that I learned from being on this journey and just trying to be successful is that everything lines up. You know, you can't be out of whack here in this place and then expect things to be right in this place. You know, it's all kind of tied in. You know, it's about your character, and how you do one thing is how you do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to be good here and then terrible here. So I would just encourage you to just be, you know, just well-rounded. Just make sure everything's intact. You know, have your
Yeah,
side of
that
the
makes
street
sense.
clean.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm like if school is stressing you out, are you gonna go to practice and just be stressed out worried about like this one assignment? Like, so that's what I'm saying.
No, yeah.
Like,
I agree
of course,
with you.
I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm also saying like just relax a little
For
bit.
sure.
Definitely.
Yep.
I mean, that's also definitely the cosmic laws of the universe. Everything is aligned. Everything is everything.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Life is the twins.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question before we ask that. When did y'all stop wearing matching clothes and stuff? I knew that question was coming at some
Okay,
point.
So, you gonna go or me? I'll go.
ahead.
I don't know if you know. Okay, so I feel like when you're born as twins, like you kind of think that you're gonna be matching. Like your parents put you matching, different colors, same outfit, different colors. But when you grow up a little bit and you start to know what your personality is, you'll know that we're not the same. We're like, you'll figure out what her taste and style is or her personality is, and you're
Yeah.
probably not gonna dress the same. But that's really probably, I don't really
Probably
know.
like elementary.
Yeah.
We didn't even stay in class.
As soon as y'all started dressing yourselves.
Yeah, when you know
Okay.
what you like.
Unless
what-
it's twin day at school, then we
Then
step
yeah,
in.
we step on it.
Do people get y'all confused sometimes still?
I think it depends also on our personality.
Yeah.
Like if you get to know us, you'll know quickly who's who. But looking at us, everybody knows that we look the same. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that ties into that question about college, like why we want to be separated. And it's just because, again, we do everything together. So being able to be apart just is a different type of, I guess, stress on your mental, if that makes sense. Like being together, you always just get seen as one player. Like, say the team I'm going up against, they got their film. They already know what I'm doing. They already know that her strength is my weakness. So it's like, with her being on the same team, I don't feel like sometimes I get to grow in the way that I can grow because I don't really have to do all that. But it also ties into your mental because it's like people don't really, I wouldn't say take you seriously, but they just kind of know like you're just
it's
that.
like, yeah.
You're just like that one player, like that can only go left.
Like they just
I can only
assume.
go right, yeah.
Okay.
And at times it gets stressful, so I think that plays a big part on being twins and on the same team at the same time.
So do y'all get compared a lot? Like, how do y'all deal with that? How do y'all deal with being compared when somebody's like, oh, she's better at this, she's better at that, or
Or like
Yeah.
she could do this spin move, then her twin could do that too, or she could pull up to the 3 and shoot. Well, we just gonna assume that she can do that as well.
Yeah. So, like I told you, when we first got here, you asked us like what our positions were, and sometimes it's fun because
You can switch it
you can switch it up.
at any time.
You'd be like, oh, you thought my sister was playing point guard today? Like, no. So, I think when people compare us, you can usually hear their coach say it first. Like, she can only go left, she can, and that's when I switch my position. I'm like, all right, go right. Like, we don't play that. Don't, assume, especially when it comes to student athletes, when it comes to their strengths and their weaknesses. Like,
They be taking that
so,
personal.
so especially as twins, you kind of have to get better all around too.
Yep.
Just because when they do want to put you on the spot like that and they do want to try to put you at a disadvantage, you can just talk on the court. Talk
Facts.
your-
So have you guys ever played alone, or will college be the first time that is going to happen?
I recently, well, she had her nursing stuff, so I had to. And it was kind of uncomfortable at first because I'm like sitting there with the ball looking at everybody, like, when you gonna cut? Like, just sitting there. So I kind of had to drive, I had to shoot, I had to learn how to do things that I probably wouldn't do if my sister was there. So the more that we play alone or play separately, probably not alone, but it also helps you know how others can play too. Because you're on the court, you're always going to look for your sister. You're always going to know
Y'all
she's
do that?
there. Yeah.
Y'all be
I
looking
can
out
throw
for each
it up,
other.
and I know that she's going to be there. So you kind of have to learn other people's strengths and weaknesses and learn about yourself too.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So y'all was asking us a lot about like mentals and all that. What do y'all do? Like,
You really want to know?
so like when it gets to that point.
Well, it definitely took me a long time to get my mental right and ensure that my mental was aligned with my physical. But as far as that, like you guys are saying, decompress. I decompress. I read a lot of books. I write a lot. I like skating, so I go skating sometimes. Hanging out with my friends, my family, being around people and things that I love, that most definitely takes a lot of stress off from a lot of things in my life. And just being by myself. I really like being by myself and getting back in tune with who I am outside of just my sports. And for so long, my only identity was just Chyna the track star. And I loved it, but I hated it at the same time because there's so much more to me than that. And so it took a very long time to be able to figure that out. But then when I also started finding other things that I like to do and that sparked my interest, that also helped me get my mind right and be able to wake up every day with a clear mind and a full heart, things like that. So I would just say, like, find things that you like to do. Maybe, find other hobbies, or I don't know if y'all like to read, but I read a lot of books. And I love reading as I get older. I think it's so much beauty, and knowledge is a power, and you got to feed your brain just as much as you got to put the right things in your body and the right things on the court and in athletics. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about what I do.
Man, she's so thorough, right? So thorough. Man, I'm still on my journey. I feel like the mental health is like it's an everyday journey. Yeah, it's never ending. So, some of the things I'm doing now is, like she said, I never liked reading in school ever. I hated it. Like, when you used to get them reading logs. We was all on the same type of time, you know what I'm saying? But now there's books that, like, it shows you a different part of life that you never even could fathom, you know what I'm saying? So I read. I'm still getting into more. You got to find a book that you like. That's the only way you're going to like reading. I meditate. I pray. I drink water. I'm still finding out things that I like to do besides hoop, because, like she said, for my whole life, it was just sports, hoop, and it's still, like, basketball occupies, like, most of my mind and my grind and all that, So I just try to enjoy myself when I'm at home with my family. I spend time with my family. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, so family is big. I eat. I'm trying to start eating right, different, changing my diet a little bit, because that has a big impact on my mood, on my performance, how I can wake up, not wake up, just overall health. And like I said, everything is tied together. And it's a lot of things that they don't teach us in school that I wish they did about this mental health stuff, because that's 90% of the battle. My coach at Otero, he said, mental is to physical as 4 is to 1. So that's how strong, like, this controls everything. Like, the brain the brain is the eyes. The eyes is just what you seeing, you know? The brain is telling you what's really going on. So I just try to make sure everything is in line.
Well, I will say that the beauty of A and B is that everyone here is a family, and it's like a feel-good place. So like Coach Kyle was saying, even if you just want to come here by yourself and shoot around, like you'll never feel uncomfortable or you'll never feel out of place. And then you could go to the next room and do some homework or listen to some music, you know, decompress in a little bit of ways. But like we keep saying, everything is everything. Everything here is, it'll make you feel good, and being around people who have did the things that you want to do, or that are trying to do the same kind of things that you want to do. Like, you're surrounded by the right kind of people, and that's the power in getting to the next level as well. Like, surrounding yourself with the good kind of people.
Yeah, just to back that up, I would say, like I said, I've been a part of A and B since I was like 7 years old. So I started off just as a little kid, you know, Nice used to just come to my games, and I was just one of the first kids a part of the program. And even now, I'm one of the only people that did basketball in the whole program. And like, they provided all this for me and other kids who want to do the same stuff, you know? So like, this could be a home for y'all. Like, that's what we have it for. It's for kids like y'all that want to grind, that want to get better, that want to have somewhere to go, somewhere to just, you know, people to talk to, good people like me and Chyna to be around, just mentors. That's what I call myself, a mentor. Mm-hmm. So it's important. Oh, my bad. It's important to have people like that in your life, you know, just guiding you, help you on your journey, besides your mom or your family members that you don't always want to hear advice from, you know, because sometimes you get tired of hearing, like, oh, she's annoying, you know? I don't know.
Right, you don't know nothing.
You know, you just like tired of hearing the same voice. So like, sometimes it's cool to be around like-minded people that ain't your family. I mean, it's family outside of family. You know, we all one big family, really. You know, so yeah, that's what I would say. A and B is just it's a special place. It's a special program for special people like all four of us. You know.
It really is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they believe it just as much as we do.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty.
Yep. That's good. Well, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank y'all.
Appreciate
Thanks for
y'all.
having us.
Yep.